Huh.
Well, here we are once again, somewhere we're not supposed to be.
All right, we're free to go.
But luckily, after about 20 minutes, we were given permission to get the hell out and never come back, along with an occasional reminder to make sure we didn't get lost again. We get it, we're leaving. But not before making it legal and stopping for a photo at the Mount Pisces sign. Having officially completed the unofficial loop around Lagunas Negra and Verde, the plan was to backtrack down Highway 60 through Tinogasta, back to Ruta-40. From there, north to Cafayate and Highway 68 to the provincial capital of Salta. Departing the mountains for the time being, we'd be heading north across the Andean desert, through the adobe ruins of the Lerma Valley, on our way to the badlands of northern Argentina. And as much as we hate to depart this incredible and rarely visited region of the Andes, there was plenty more to see. Not to mention, we were both looking forward to not freezing to death in the tent, which made this quiet backyard campground on the outskirts of town the perfect place to thaw out for the night. Back at it early the next morning, we took our time bobbing and weaving through the various villages and side roads along Ruta-40, exploring some of the plentiful remnants of yesteryear in search of our retirement home. It's a fixer-upper to be sure, but it's got character. Not to mention built-in pets.
Whoa. Hey, Rose.
Sorry, what did you say?
It's a little hornet's nest. You're gonna sting you, dude. Sticking your hand in a hornet's nest. Good luck with that. Oh, ow, my head. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Wow. What you got there?
Look at that well.
Oh damn. How far down does that go? Hey, let me take a picture here.
The only problem was, we were having a hard time making any sort of progress with the constant distractions and detours along the way. But with nowhere to be and no schedule to keep, it was impossible to resist the temptation to have a poke around. Ruta-40 is often called South America's Route 66, and the northernmost reaches of the Salta and Jujuy provinces even resemble the American Southwest. But far from the neon signs, restored diners, and souvenir shops that define America's Mother Road, Ruta-40 Norte remains much as it was in the 17th century.
Rose! Rose! Come here. See the birds in the tree?
And beyond the 500-kilometer stretch of roads known as La Ruta del Vino, or the Wine Route, between the tourist hubs of Cafayate and Salta, far fewer people traverse the remote northern section of this famous road than its southern counterpart, through the pampas of Patagonia. With that out of our system for the time being, we made a quick pit stop in Belén for an ice-cold Pepsi, before continuing north along the banks of its namesake river. From there, a brief sojourn inland to this improbable provincial campground, complete with camp mascot and abandoned water park. Here's Chad with more.
Municipal campground, Puerto de San Jose, Ruta-40, Argentina. Got the whole place to ourselves, about between 50 cents and $1 per person. It's beautiful, but it's kind kind of strange, quite honestly. Got ourselves a little quincho over here. Got the tent, nice little flat slab. Depends on if you're using the blue or the white exchange rate, but it's between 50 cents and $1 per person. And a bunch of dry pools. Don't forget the dry pools. Thinking about swimming later in one of the dry pools. I'm getting a little dizzy though, I gotta be honest with you. Look at that, running water. Between 50 cents and $1 per person. And showers, cold showers, but showers nonetheless. I'm gonna fall into one of these concrete pits. And some pretty trees as well.
After a 90-minute timeshare presentation and some bike maintenance, we were back on the highway through the villages and vineyards of the Calchaquí Valley. Featured in this segment, we like to call 246 kilometers in under a minute.
He's just taking me. This is so weird.
Okay, well, that was until Chad spotted a distillery on the side of the road selling something called grappa.
Look at this place. This place is cool.
Commonly referred to as firewater, grappa is purportedly distilled wine vestiges, resulting in something between tequila and grape juice. Which means, before the night is over, Chad will probably get in a knife fight with the Kool-Aid Man. So with bottle on board, we cut our tour of the upscale Cafayate short and went in search of more remote accommodation. Because you just never know how that firewater is going to hit. And luckily, just outside Shell's Ravine, on the banks of Rio Las Conchas, we found a nice little spot to post up for the night and stay out of trouble. Just us, a splash of firewater, and a few cows.
Depends on if you're using the blue or the white exchange rate, but it's between 50 cents and $1 per person.